Welcome to this tutorial on Python. In this tutorial, we will be talking about running Python on different platforms. After installing Python, you need to start running Python code. There are several ways Python can be run on different platforms. We will discuss a few. You can run Python from the Python command line interpreter. To do that on Windows, just press your Windows R key to bring up the Windows Run dialog box and type CMD. So this brings up the command line interface on Windows, and from here you can just type in Python. If you want to do it from another folder, you know how to do CD to the folder, but right here all you need to do is type Python. This is after installing Python. You press enter and it gets you straight into Python interpreter. You can do right here, you can do Python, any Python code. 5 plus 3 is 9. I can do a print hello world and it's gonna work. Another way you can run Python is through the IDE that comes with your Python installation. The name of the IDE is IDE. So we're gonna pull up IDE right now. I type the window key and you can see it says IDE. IDE is an integrated development environment that comes with Python installation, and it's a bare bone IDE that you can use to run Python, and it works. If you don't have an IDE, this could be the IDE you would want to use. So this is also another way that you can run Python. And again, make sure Python is installed before you can see the IDE. You can also run Python using the Jupyter Notebook web interface. To do that, you're going to have pip installed. Pip comes with Python installation. After you've installed Python, make sure you have pip as one of the files that are installed during your Python installation. Open up the Windows command line and type pip Jupyter Notebook. And press enter. Now this is going to install a Jupyter Notebook for you. Oh, sorry, it's also be pip install Jupyter Notebook. And this will do the installation for you. I have it already installed, and that's why saying requirement already satisfied. And after doing that, you can just type Jupyter Notebook and press enter. Now, whatever you do with Jupyter Notebook will be stored in users. If you don't want it to be stored there, you go to whatever directory you want the files on your Jupyter Notebook to go, and then you type Jupyter Notebook. I'm just going to do it right here, Jupyter Notebook, and I press, and let me do it again, Jupyter Notebook. This opens up a web browser where I can start my Python code. To start working with Python, I'm going to come to New and then Python. You can see it's Python 3 here. I'm going to click Python 3. And this opens up the Jupyter Notebook cell where I can begin to write my code. So I can say print hello world. And to run this, Control Enter will run it. If I say Shift Enter, we'll run the code and open up another cell. If I want to start typing command in the Jupyter Notebook, I'm going to click my mouse in the cell, and you would notice that the border around it is green. If I want to issue command that will be specific to the Jupyter Notebook interface, I'm going to press escape or just click anywhere outside the cell, and you'll see that the line turns blue. When I'm inside the cell, I can do any Python code. I can write out any Python code. I have a Python code somewhere here. I'm just going to copy these and paste in right here. So this is a Python code, and it's actually going to run. If it has error, you're going to see the error. And if it doesn't have error, it's going to show it. If you press Control Enter, it's going to show you the answer. It's not going to open up a new cell. But if you wanted to run it and open up a new cell, you're going to press Shift Enter. So it runs the code in this cell and opens up a new cell. If I want to run a code, like I said, in the cell, it shows you the green bar. If I want to work on just Jupyter Notebook commands, I'm going to click on this place, or right from the cell, I'm going to click Escape. So from the Jupyter Notebook interface, there are one or two things you can do. One of it is you can press D twice to remove a cell. I'm just going to do DD. You see that cell is gone. In this place again, I'm on the blue border showing that I'm on Jupyter Notebook command. I can press DD again. It takes this out. With Jupyter Notebook, you have an offline interpreter. You don't need to be on the internet, but there are times that you need to work online. There are online interpreters that you can use. So you can come and just type Python interpreters or Python compiler, whichever is going to give you a list of them. Look at this online Python compiler. If you open it up, this is programize.com compiler. It's actually going to open up a Python compiler or an interpreter, whichever way you call it. You know, Python actually interprets and compiles. This is the online interpreter from programize.com. You can see this is a simple program, a print hello world. If you run it now, it's going to show you hello world. I have a simple program here. I can also paste in and run it. So basically this works right on your browser. So if you have internet, you can run Python from this. There are other online interpreter that is from programize.com. There are other ones that we can use. Let me pick another one and put it. This is from online GDB. It's another Python interpreter. We can also use this. We have Hello World, which you can run, and it's going to show you the results here. Let me run the other code I have here. This is a simple code that tests if whatever number you have here is greater than 20. So I'm going to paste that code here, and I'm going to run it using this online. So it's showing number is greater than 20. You can also run Python on your mobile device. There are several tools that you can use that the mobile device provide. In iPhone, they provide the Pythonista app, and in Android, there is the Pyroid app. I'm here on Android phone, and I'm going to open the Play Store, and then we'll search for Pyroid. And here it is. This is the IDE for Python 3. So let's install this IDE and let's try to run Python from our device. After installing Pyroid, it's going to be on your mobile desktop, so you can click it to open it up. Having opened it up, it's going to ask you one or two questions depending on your system configuration, and it's going to bring you here eventually. At this point, you can type in your code, and because it's now installed on your mobile. You don't have to even be on the internet. It's going to work irrespective. I'm going to type subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done that, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. There are a lot of tutorials coming up. So after you do this, you write whatever code you want to write, and then you click run. So it says subscribe to my channel. So this is how you use Pyroid. You can do the same with Pythonista on iPhone. Another great IDE you can install is VSCode. You can run Python from VSCode. There are other IDEs that are very great like PyCharm, but VS Code is free, so you can install VS Code. I have VS Code installed on my computer, so I can open it up for you. And this is VS Code, where it has is an interface where you can write Python code. I have a Python code written and just pasted it here. For you to run Python, you need to also install the Code Runner extension. There is an extension in Python that helps you to run Python codes. That's the Code Runner extension. The Code Runner extension is going to put in this button, and then also install the RPL. You can call it RPL. Some people call it ARPL. Some people call it RPL. Some people call it RPL. I like calling it RPL. So this can help you to run code. I like using this because I don't have to start clicking run before I see the result of whatever I'm doing. You can see right here, it's showing me the result of this, and whatever thing I do again is going to actually show the results right there for me as I type it. Now the result printout is number is greater than 50 is greater. So I can change it right here and say add. You can see it says add with the double D. Number is greater than 50. So whatever I put in here, I'm going to see the result immediately. That's why I like using RPL. But before you can do that, you have to install it. You have to come to your installer, the VS Code installer, where you install your VS Code. You click on this button. The two extension I told you is Code Runner. You type Code Runner. It's going to show you Code Runner here. You see Code Runner. You click it. If you haven't installed Code Runner, it's just going to say run. Install. Let me show you. I haven't installed Runner. All this one that has install, I haven't installed them. So I'm going to click Runner. You're going to see it's showing install because I haven't installed it. If I click it and run it now, I install it, it's going to have this two button to disable or to uninstall. So Code Runner is installed, and like I said, the other one is REPL or RPL or ARPL is also installed here. And these are what you use to run Python codes. There are some other ones, but these are the major ones that you can use to run Python code on VS Code. You might not be able to develop a full application using the command line interface or the IDE IDE that comes with Python. You can use the Python mobile Pyroid Jupyter Notebook online for a little bit more advanced work. You can save some work with them, write functions with them, but the best to use are the enterprise systems, a development environment like VS Code and PyCharm. These ones will help you to develop full-blown Python code with the ability to do a lot of things and not have so much restrictions, with the ability to also do code hinting and all that. So depends on what you want. I use basically all of them depending on the situation I find myself, and it works very fine. It works very well. Thank you for listening to this tutorial. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel and have a wonderful time till we come back again for our next episode.